Hello. One of my good friends used to tell me, he said, a good story can make life beautiful. And when that story is factual, it can actually add value to life. During our production on how to deal with barrenness in marriage, I kind of omitted a very good story. And I feel in my heart that I'll be doing injustice to you, my viewers, if I fail to tell that story. And that's why I'm coming up to say so. You know, what is this story? This story is simple. A few years ago, a young woman of 15, just 15 years old, she got married to her sweetheart. And during the process of time, they experienced the ups and downs of marriage. But as the marriage went on from year to year, and they didn't have a child, somehow the stress became terrible. After about 13 years, that young lady was kicked out of her marital home. She was kicked out by her husband, who could no longer take it. Well, she went home in terrible grief. And the man went ahead and got married to another. And you know, to rub salt to injury, somehow the second wife that the man married began to produce children. And it was like he actually took a good decision. But then the young lady that was left in the process went home grieving. She was in her parents' home for 2 years and above. And somehow a young man that was actually looking for a wife to marry saw her one day and fell in love with her. And before you know it, he proposed to her. But then his family became divided because the object of his love had been certified to be barren. How can he enter a marriage to marry somebody that was barren, somebody that is already declared barren, and bring her into the home from the beginning as barren? No, they didn't want to take it, so they went against the marriage. But something happened. His own direct dad said to him, "Son, if that is your heart's desire, then go ahead and marry her. I am 100% behind you." And the moment that that lady comes into this family, that barrenness will be over. I mean, this is a man who, by all intents and purposes, was exercising faith out of faithless situation. Well, he supported his son, and they went and brought home this young woman, and they got married. And in the next 3 months, exactly 3 months after this marriage, that young lady conceived. And it was like a miracle. Then she delivered that baby at the 8th month. And because the facilities at that time was not so good, the young child could not survive. They could not get him to pass through the incubation process and all that. He could not survive, and he died. Do you know what? Instead of weeping over it, the young woman and the young lady and the young man, they went about celebrating. People were amazed. How can you be celebrating when you have just lost a child? And the woman said, "No, I am celebrating because whether dead or alive, something that resembles a child actually came out of my womb." And the man said, "Yes, the woman that was said to be barren, that they declared barren, has brought forth a child, even though that child may be dead. But I am now sure that something can come out of her womb." So they went about celebrating. 6 months after that, that same young woman took in a second time. And you know what? She produced a bouncing baby boy. Who is this bouncing baby boy? I myself that is talking to you on this platform. I am that first child of that wonderful woman. And in the process of time, that woman went ahead to produce 7 more children. So altogether, we are 4 men and 3 beautiful ladies, doing all manner of things everywhere. 2 of us are servants of God, 1 a businessman, the other one also a motorist, and all manner of people doing wonderful things, exploits. And I bless God. Though my mother died about 3 years ago, precisely in October 2016, she went to be with the Lord. But I appreciate that great woman of virtue. I love her to the core. My father is still alive, doing very well, being his normal wise self. But that grace he has given us, the grace to walk by faith, not by sight, is always with us. Now, do you wonder why I am always ecstatic when it comes to people like married couples that are going through trying times? Why I'm always there? Why I am passionate about giving them back their faith? Why I'm passionate about doing whatever I can to bring the joy of marriage once again into their lives? I thank you. Keep faith with me on this very wonderful set. And I know that my God, who answered my family and answered me in time of need, that God will answer you. He will answer you. He will answer you. Just keep faith. Thank you very much and have a wonderful time. See you next time. Bye.